Welcome to the Derrick Harper Podcast, the podcast where we take a business, we get more customers, we grow it using our grow strategy, and then we sell it. My name is Derrick, Mr. Fresh Harper, and I'm your host, you dig? And welcome to the podcast, guys. Today, we are going to be talking about a $10,000 lesson that I learned from a homeless man. And I know that sounds kind of crazy and kind of weird, but he literally taught me that, right? So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to look at, but first we're going to look at our Project One business, because our Project One business, guys, is in a new month. And we have to look at what we did last month, and we have to compare it, okay? So we're going to talk about what happened last month. And we're going to talk about going forward and what we're going to do this month. We have a full month. Last month, we only had about 2.5 weeks, a little bit more than 2.5 weeks when we actually started doing this. So we didn't have a full month. But since we are in a new month, there is going to be more aggressive strategy that we're going to be using. Well, not more aggressive strategy. We're going to get more aggressive, I should say. Here. And aggressive doesn't mean anything different inside of the emails or, saying things like, hey, you better come get No, we're going to get more aggressive with our tactics, meaning that we're going to be making sure that we do something every single day, which we pretty much do anyway. We like to take off the holidays and things like that. We lead up to the holiday, and then after the holidays, during the holidays, we kind of back off, and then right after the holidays, we're back on it. And we do that because pressure washing. You got to know the market that you're in. So we have a pressure washing company that we're working with right now, and what we do is we kind of back off, during the holidays, because people usually don't do anything during the holidays, right? So usually this big rush before the holiday hit, and then after the holiday, it's trickle, and then like maybe a week or two after it starts to pick back up. So what we've seen this holiday is the exact same thing. It's a big old rush, and everybody wants everything done. Can you do it before Thursday? Can you do it before Thanksgiving? Yes, we do everything before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving hits, and then all of a sudden it's just like this trickle, this trickle effect. And then with this trickle effect, what we do with the trickle effect is we just kind of stay focused and kind of push through this trickle effect until it picks back up. So it'll pick back up just a little bit right before Christmas. And then right before Christmas again, guys, it's going to be, and then right after Christmas, it's going to be trickle. And then it's going to be in January. And then January, it's going to be, I can't do a cricket sound. So that's the closest to cricket I could get there. So yeah, we get crickets, right after Christmas, into January, and then it's just like 1, maybe 2 jobs a week in January. So that's why it's so important to to get your customers and get new customers using the strategy, because the strategy is going to show you how to get customers and then be on repeat. And then also, how to build out these packages so that people want to keep purchasing them. All right. And man, it's going to be a productive 2023. But I was told by the creator that the season is now. It's not after the new year. The season is now. The season for you, it might be for you. So if you're listening, and it might be for you, your season is now. Your breakthrough, your big coming out, your increase is now. It's not it's not in 2023. So you know how we get, sometimes we might go to church or we hear messages and they're like, yo, your breakthrough in 2023 is going to be the best year of your life. You're going to have this, and you're going to have that, you're going to have this. But the Spirit says your breakthrough is now. When you're going to be laughing at the top of the year at where you were just 30 days ago. You're going to be like, yo, I've come so far in 30 days. So we're going to get it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to push really hard this first half of we're not the first half until Christmas. All right. So we're on a mission, guys. So I want to do a challenge with you guys, right? Now, this is an informal challenge. And if you guys want to do a real challenge where we just we go and try to get 100 customers, like our first 100 free customers, okay, then we can do that. Just let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like to do. Let me know in the comments. Send me an email, Derrick@derrickharper.org. Derrick is how you spell my name, and Harper is how you spell my last name. So Derrick@derrickharper.org. Let me know, man. Send me a text message send me a message on Instagram, text message. Send me a message on Instagram @Derrick Harper NBA, all that stuff if you want to do a challenge. So I want to do a challenge with you guys. I want to do a 24-day challenge where we're going to shoot our shot every single day for 24 days, okay? You're going to shoot your shot every day for 24 days, okay? What that means, if you have a coupon you're going to be sending, if you have, if you already have a DRP set up, if you don't know what a DRP is, it's a digital referral program. And if you don't know what a digital referral program is or how to set one up, you can go to morecustomersfree.com, get the free ebook, and it'll tell you all about it. Okay, morecustomersfree.com, get the free ebook. Inside of the ebook, it's not a long ebook; it's like 8 pages. Okay, so it'll only take you about 30 minutes to read it all, but it's packed with so much information. The information that's in that book is the same information that we use to get customers. It's the same information that we gave to Micaiah that helped her get more customers on day one. Same information that we gave to Alyssa that helped her get more customers on day one. So go do that. So we're going to do that for the next 24 days. We're going to get aggressive. And for the next 24 days, I don't want you to leave out of a day. I don't want you to go to sleep out of a day without sending some type of email to your people. All right. And if you don't have an email list set up, I'm sorry for you. Go to morecustomersfree.com, get the ebook, and we'll talk about what you need to do, even if you don't have any customers. Okay. So even if you don't have any customers, that ebook will help you. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. All right. So with the business, all right, Project One business, what we did last month was we ran a campaign. Well, we ran a campaign, and I say campaign, but we didn't pay for it. We just had our own campaign that we created, that we did for the client. Okay. So in the last 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, we were able to get six new people, and we were able to close on two of the jobs. So we did get better. We didn't hit the 30%, and rightfully so. We're trying to hit 30% over 2.5 weeks instead of 4, right? So almost halfway there is pretty good for 2 weeks. So if I were to say we were on track, I think we were on track to hit the 5 that we had planned for. Okay, so I think we were on track with that. So today is December 1st. Yay! 30 days until the end of the year, end of the quarter, and like I said, we're going to challenge ourselves for the next 24 days to make sure that we give an offer. We offer somebody something every single day of this month, or at least for the next 24 days, all the way up until Christmas Eve. You're going to offer people on Christmas Eve? Yes. I'll probably offer them on Christmas Day too, because they just finished opening their gifts, and guess what they're going to be doing? They're going to realize that this doesn't fit. They're going to realize that, oh, they didn't want this, or they're going to realize, oh, I don't like this. And guess what they're going to be doing on December 26th? They're going to be taking the stuff back to the store, and they're either going to get a refund or they're going to get exchanged. And guess what? They have extra money back in there. They have money back in their pocket, and they're going to be doing what? They're going to be consuming with that money. Why? Because consumers consume, right? And producers produce, and we should be what? Producers. All right. If you are a Destiny Master, which you are. Why? Because you're listening to this podcast, you're watching this podcast, you're a Destiny Master. You should be winning every single day. So what we do is focus on the win. Win, win, win. Win. Win, 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 win. All we do is win, right? So you might not have heard that song before. Or maybe because I sing it the wrong way. But you know this one. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Okay, so just win. That's what we do. All right, so win today. Win this challenge. All right, I know it's an informal challenge, but I just want to make sure if it's a good thing, you guys like it, let me know in the comments. And like I said, 24 days. Don't miss a day without making an offer. Okay. All right. So our goal again is to hit our 30%. So we're looking at 5 additional jobs. All right. We've gotten 6 additional leads, and so we want to get 5 additional customers. All right. So that might take 10 leads. It might take 11 leads or whatever. So we want to get 5 additional new customers absolutely free. So that's the goal. All right, because we would have hit it last month if we would have did it for the whole entire month, but we didn't get a chance to do it the whole entire month. So we're going to start out December strong, and we're going to go ahead and knock that out for Project One Business. Okay, with that being said, guys, I want to tell you a quick story about how I learned a $10,000 like a $10,000 lesson from a homeless person, right? Well, I'll say it like this. So I didn't necessarily talk to the homeless person, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you the story here, and I'm going to let you know what happened. Right. So I was listening to a podcast. If you guys want to know what the podcast is, and I don't hate, I just congratulate. I'm a poet and don't know it. I was listening to a podcast, and the name of the podcast is the Social Proof Podcast with David Shands. Pretty big podcast. Love the crew over there. They're pretty cool. I love what he's doing with his podcast and all that stuff. It's great. Just want to, preface this with that. But so I was listening, and he had this person on, right? He had this business owner on. David Shands did, and he was talking to the business owner, and the business owner, she owned the business, and she was doing the business full time, and its business slowed. So what she did was she went back to work. So because this young lady went back to work, she had to find a way to work business balance. A lot of you guys are doing the same thing. You got business and you got your work. You got 9 to 5. And so you're trying to find this balance, right? So she was trying to find that balance, and she was so upset because she had to go back to work. And what happened was her faith had diminished. If you guys saw my email yesterday, I was talking about faith and how my 6-year-old daughter has unshakable faith, right? She taught me something. But, or if you watched the podcast from yesterday, so go back and watch the podcast from yesterday. That's episode 30. Anyway, so she had this. She lost her faith, and she was just like back into this poverty mindset. So David Shan says, "So well, how much do you sell your shirts for?" She was like $20-$25. I can't remember how much she was selling for. And he was like, "And how much do you need for your bills?" Like, "I need about $3,000." He said, "You don't think you can make $3,000 in a month in 30 days?" And she was like, "At this level, no, I don't think that I could do it." And so he was like, "Well, let me tell you something, okay?" And so he tells this story, or not really a story, but I'm going to tell you. It's really more of a concept, and so I'm just going to explain it to you. I'll give it to you right now. What he said, okay? So he says, "Well, there's a homeless man." Pretty much, on any U.S. city, any major U.S. city, somewhere there's a homeless man standing on a block or on a corner. And do you know what they do? These homeless people stand right where all of the traffic is. Okay? They stand right where all of the traffic is. And they hold up their sign, or they they panhandle, have a pan or a cup, and say, just put money in it. And on average, for an hour, if the person every 10 minutes can get $5 an hour for every 10 minutes, right? That's $5 an hour for every 10 minutes. So that's what? 60 minutes. So we're talking about 5 times 6, which is what? 30? Am I right? My mathematicians, I'm slow in math. I'm good at it, but I'm slow. All right, so So we're $5 for every 10 minutes. So it's 60 minutes. All right. And so 5 times 6 is 30. So that's $30 an hour. Right. So a homeless person can make $30 an hour. And if they stand out there for 8 hours, 8 times 3 is what? 24. So they can make $240 a day. And then if you do $240 a day, just times 5, and I don't have, hold on, let me get my calculator. So $240 times 5, let's see what that would be. And I just want to put this in perspective, because this is the math that he did. $240 times 5. And we're just talking about $5 a day. We're talking about $240 a day times 5. We're talking about $1,200 a week times 4. That's $4,800 a month. Standing at a light asking for money. If you stand in the right spot, and you can average $5 every 10 minutes. That's just $5 every 10 minutes. So he asked the girl, what can you, how many do you think you can sell shirts you can sell in an hour? And she said 2. So 2 shirts at, let's just say $20 an hour. And if she worked for 8 hours, that's $40 an hour. She worked 8 hours, that's $320 a day. And if she only works for 5 days, that's $1,600 a week. And if you do that times 4, that's $6,400 a month, guys. Can you see how easily and how quickly you can build up an income that's going to be sustainable, guys? So she could double what she need for her household bills, more than double what she needed for her household bills, if she just sold 2 shirts an hour for 8 hours a day. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 shirts a day. That's all it took. 16 shirts a day, and she could double what she needs for her business, for her household bills. And if she only did half of that, that's 8. So she's hitting where she needs to be and still have a little bit left over. So if she sold 1 shirt an hour for 8 hours, she would make the money that she needs. That was amazing. And that really opened my eyes. I was like, yo, these homeless people, they shoot their shot every single day. They shoot their shot every single day. And not only that, there's a lot of business principles that I pulled from that. And I was like, not only do they shoot a shot every day, they are standing in the perfect position for the traffic to go by. Like, they're standing in the way of traffic. They're not chasing traffic. A lot of the times with business, we chase traffic. We're chasing people. We're chasing, say, buy this, buy that, buy that, instead of standing in the way and letting the traffic come past us, and then letting the people that we attract to us. We're chasing traffic, and we should just let the traffic come to us. How do you do that? Go to www.morecustomersfree.com, and we'll show you exactly how to do that if you want to learn. If so, go to morecustomersfree.com and get the free ebook. But literally, guys, listen, shameless plug. All right, anyway, but listen, guys, literally, they've got it all. It seems like they're down on their luck, and it seems like they have a poor man's mentality, and those things are probably true. But if you look at things on the other side, they're doing 2 things, right? They have survival skills. All right. They have survival skills. 1, survival skills out of this world, number 1. Number 2, they're learning resourcefulness. Number 3, they're very great salespeople. Why? Because they stand on the side of a street and they get money, and they don't even have to exchange anything for it. Now, if you're a business owner and you're struggling to help people or sell a product, think about the homeless person who's standing on the side of the street, who gets money, and they don't even have to say anything. They just hold out a pot or hold up a sign. I'm just putting it in perspective. I'm not trying to tell you like you suck at as a business person. I'm just trying to tell you, you're not shooting your shots. You're not giving it everything you got, little mama. Like, think about it. shoot your shot. If they can stand there, if they can promote, if they can give it everything they're not even giving it everything they got. They just standing there. So you need to make sure that you go out every single day and that you make an offer. That you make an offer to the people that are passing you by. Because every day that you don't make an offer, you're literally losing money. Now you can make an offer, and nobody buys. And then that might be a thing where you might have to look at, your things. Like you might have to look at your hook, your story, your offer. It might be your offer, it might be your story, it might be your hook. It could be a bunch of things if you're not actually making a sale. So you have to pinpoint that, and it's easy ways to figure out how to pinpoint that if you take your data. But you guys literally have to understand that if you continue to push, if you continue to put yourself out there, eventually you're going to have people that's going to take you up on your offer. So the key is consistency and showing up. Now, I know you guys say, I hear that all the time, but it's true. It's nothing else. We can't say, I wish I could just wave a magic wand and say, all right, your business makes how much you want to make? $1 million a year. Okay, your business makes $100 million a year. Boom. Right? I wish I could do that. But the truth of the matter is we have to get out there and do it. So what I did was I took those strategies, and guys, listen, I literally have a homeless family member. And I talk to him and I tell them, you have look on the bright side. You have all of these skills. You have sales skills. You have people skills. You have survival skills. Like the crazy thing about, and I don't want to keep but the crazy thing about people that are homeless, that barrier of caring about what other people think about them is gone. And that's the crazy thing about it. And it's if as a business owner, if you get that feeling, if you are able to push past that barrier of, I don't like what people think. What if I say it like this? And people might think nobody, those homeless people that go out and they ask for money, they don't care what you think about them, right? All they care is do you have something that can help them out, right? So I took those strategies. I'm like I literally interviewed my homeless family member, and I try as much as I can to help him out. But I interviewed him. I said, "What do you say to people?" And he was like, "I don't know. I just go out and I just say, I just tell them my situation, and I ask them how they're doing, and just tell them my situation." I was like, "So you reach out to them?" I was like, "And you tell them a story?" Yeah, and then you just give them, then you ask them, right? So I the same thing, man. He's hooking them, "Hey man, I'm here, I'm out here, and my family is blah blah blah, whatever, and I just need a couple of dollars to get out on my feet." You literally going through a hook, a story, and an offer. Except for you're not offering anybody anything, you're offering them joy for helping you out, right? So that's really what the offer is. And so I took those strategies, and I thought the biggest thing that I pulled from this though is that you shoot your shot every single day. Shoot your shot every single day. There's no way that you can sit there and promote your stuff for at least 8 hours every single day, and you leave a month with absolutely $0 because you didn't make anything. Right now, it's only that's possible if your offer is bad. Maybe an offer that nobody wants, right? But literally, the law of averages, right? Remember, this world is built on laws. The law of averages says that if you talk to a certain amount of people, and let's start with maybe 100, the 1% rule applies. If you talk to 100 people, you should be able to make at least one sale. Okay, 100 people, you should be able to make at least one sale. 100 people, 10 interested, 1 buy. Right? That law of 1% or 10%. I like to call it the 10%. So if I talk to 100 people, then 10 of those people should be interested, and 1 of them should purchase. Right? So then it goes same thing for 200. And this is on average, okay? So it's not like 100% dead science, but it is on average. So over an average of 30 days, if you talk to 1,000 people, you should have 100 interested and you should have 10 that have purchased, okay? So Derrick, how do I talk to 1,000 people? How do I multiply myself? You have to multiply yourself, right? You have to multiply yourself and be in more places than once, more places than one, all right? And that's how you multiply yourself, and that's how you talk to more people without having to strain yourself of talking to actual 1,000 people, right? So how do we do those things? And, there's things, social media and all the other good stuff that you guys can use that you can talk to more than one person at one time, right? So that's the thing, guys. So that was the story, and I used that strategy, I used that mentality, and I put it into building a information product, which I will obviously offer to you guys at some point. And that offer actually made me more than $10,000, but it made me 10,000. It did make me 10,000. Just using that mentality, like, yo, shoot my shot every single day, and it made 10 grand. So that was the story that I learned. That was the message that I have for you guys today, man. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. And if you want to learn how you can get more customers without having to use paid ads, Google ads, or anything like that, Thumbtack or Angie's List, if you want to do it, if you want to learn how to get more customers without having to use that, then guys, do yourself a favor. Go to morecustomersfree.com, grab the free ebook, and that will help you out. It has everything that you need to know inside of that book. That's going to help you learn how to get more customers without having to use Facebook or Google ads. All right. So that's free. That's in there. Go grab that, morecustomersfree.com. Guys, remember that everything that you do today affects your future. So remember tomorrow. All right, Destiny Masters, my name is Derrick, Mr. Fresh Harper, you dig? And I will see you guys tomorrow.